Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? Alrighty, so today's video is gonna be for CNAs. So how to be efficient at your job and how to be in line with what the state requires. There's basics, like on morning shift, patients have to be up by a certain time. So any good CNA that I have worked with, they come in and they start getting their patients up for the day, for breakfast. You start with your most dependent patients because they need to be fed. So you get them up. While you're getting up the dependent patients, you can set up your setup patients, the ones who get basins, who can wash themselves and give them their clothes right next to them, and they can get dressed themselves. So you set them up and you do your dependent patients while those patients are like getting ready. But they have to be a patient, is a setup patient. If you're gonna leave them, they have to be the type of patient that can be trusted. So go off of the CNA's report, who are good CNAs, who are respected in that facility, who are been there for a while, who have stood the test of time, blah blah blah. Like, get your report and know your transfer status. Like, is this person total? Is this person? So get report from a CNA and then get report from a nurse. This is vital for a new CNA to a facility or agency. Get report. For example, like somebody might be on a clear liquid diet, or somebody might be like have a wound, so you want to coordinate with the nurse too. So you want to work with your nurse as much as possible, because if you're working with the nurse, like, that's awesome. Like, you're just making that patient's care as efficient as possible, because a nurse might forget to let you know, and then if she needs help with a wound, that's gonna inconvenience you too. So coordinate with your nurse. Get report. Next thing, make sure you know where your patients are. If someone gets out, it's like, well, did you know where your patients were? And then they're gonna ask the nurse too. Did you know where your patient was? Apparently not. So do your rounds, get report on your patients, and get in there and start getting the patients up. It's nothing worse than a CNA who gets one person up and then goes and sits in wherever, and it's like, where's so-and-so? Like, these people need to eat. Like, these people don't need to eat in bed after they slept all night in bed. Like, you're not even awake if you just put up the head of the bed and start feeding a patient. Like, they have to wake up too. It makes it more of a safe situation and a situation where they're more alert to eat, regardless of their dementia. Like, it just helps. Like, treat them like human beings, not like, oh, they don't need to get dressed. Like, they could just sit there and wet diapers. Like, I don't care what night shift did, I'm sitting here. Like, any good CNA comes to work, they're ready, they get their patients up, and then they chill and they do their documentation. It's so simple, but the job itself is not simple, but the concept is simple. Get them up, get them ready for the day. That's it. That's your main priority when you walk in the door. Now, try and don't like use the linen card as it's your own, but try and inch it down to like where you're at if you want, and get your towels and your washcloths. Like, sometimes they go too fast. Sometimes people are greedy with that, and you're gonna be left with like not a lot. But you know, get your supplies before you go into the room. And another thing, if you go to do a patient and you can't find a body wash or you can't find a basin, before you start actually going on your rounds and doing your patient care, make sure you know where's all my supplies, where's the body wash, where's the barrier cream, blah blah blah, where's it all at, so I'm not running around asking for like supplies. So supplies are major. And report, we covered that. Now, before you start, when you're getting a report with your nurse, tell that nurse, can you keep an eye on where that other CNA is that is on my hallway that I'm working with? Just keep an eye on where she is, so if I need help, I can ask you if I don't know where the patient is, if I don't know where the other CNA is. And then while you're doing your work, keep an eye, where is that other CNA? Every time you come out of a room, where's she at? Keep an eye on where in each room and see where is she at, because when you need help, you don't need to waste time looking for help. Now, that leads us into the next tip. If you got a Hoyer lift, or if you got a stand-up lift, you cannot do that on your own, as you know. Okay. But the number, I would say one of the top complaints I get from other CNAs talking about other CNAs is when so-and-so asks for help, she never has her Hoyer patients ready. Like, don't ask for help and you don't even have the lift sling underneath them. After you just got done turning them, and you know what I mean? Don't ask for help if you don't have the Hoyer lift right next to the patient. I mean, like, you have to hook that patient up or have the patient to the point where they're on the sling, or they got the stand-up lift sling underneath them, clipped, ready to go, and you just have to position the actual Hoyer lift. Do not waste another CNA's time, like, even walking to the room and you're not even ready. Like, that is just inconsiderate. So if you're gonna ask for help, make sure you did everything you can up until the point where you need the help. And that's basically, like, if you want to be fast, if you want to be efficient, and you don't want to be bothered by a nurse, do those things. That is it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so I know. Leave me a comment if you have any questions, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.